Paris Fashion Week just exposed the truth. Our A-listers are spiraling. Kim Kardashian's runway walk was a meme before she even hit the end. Sanchez turned a $6,000 coffee cup into a full-blown crisis. Cardi B brought a live crow. And Sweeney, she stole Kim's spotlight so hard it triggered a meltdown. This wasn't a fashion event, it was a fame war. And every outfit, scandal, and side-eye told a deeper story. So buckle up, because the drama this week wasn't stitched in silk. It was stitched in desperation. Kim Kardashian's runway moment at Paris Fashion Week was a disaster. Wearing over 250 carats of diamonds, she walked like her heels were broken, or like she forgot how to walk entirely. Viewers compared her to a malfunctioning robot or someone sneaking home drunk. The memes wrote themselves. One comment said it best: "The walk is not walking." But it wasn't just awkward, it was tone deaf. Kim continues to front Balenciaga despite the brand's past scandals involving child exploitation. Critics slammed her for ignoring it, accusing her of choosing fame over ethics. To make it worse, she was caught mid-show staring at her phone, either Googling herself or editing her own photos. The entire appearance felt like performance over purpose. No presence, no passion, just a desperate attempt to stay visible. But this time, Kim didn't dominate the headlines like she used to. She trended, yes, but for all the wrong reasons. Kim Kardashian went viral again, this time for a crime she didn't commit. A video showed her stealing a $10 million Birkin bag and running like she was in a heist movie. The internet exploded, but it wasn't real. It was AI, completely fake. And yet, people believed it. Why? Because it felt believable. Kim's whole brand is built on flexing luxury she rarely owns, staging photo ops, and doing whatever it takes to stay on the front page. Even AI knows that. And that's the scary part. The real Birkin was sold to a private collector in Japan. But the fact that people assumed it was Kim and that she'd actually snatch it like that says everything. She didn't have to post, pose, or promote, just exist. And the drama wrote itself. In 2025, clout doesn't need reality. It just needs Kim's face and a wild enough story to sell. At the Bezos-Brady wedding, Kim Kardashian wasn't the star, and that stung. Sweeney stole the show, dancing with Tom Brady until 2 a.m., chatting with Orlando Bloom, and effortlessly pulling all the attention Kim usually commands. Insiders say Kim left the event deflated and bitter, refusing to admit it publicly, but clearly shaken. This wasn't just one night, it was a power shift. Kim, once the queen of every room, was suddenly background noise. Sydney didn't have to try, she just was. And that quiet spotlight theft hit Kim where it hurt, her ego. Reports claim she felt triggered and upstaged. And with photos of Sydney all over the headlines, while Kim barely made a splash, the message was clear: the crown is slipping. Worse, she knows it. For someone addicted to relevance, fading isn't just painful, it's terrifying. And in that moment, Kim Kardashian was no longer the moment. Sanchez showed up to Paris Fashion Week like she had something to prove, and ended up proving she has no idea what fashion is. Her accessory of choice? A $6,000 Balenciaga clutch designed to look like a paper coffee cup. Yes, calfskin turned into a Starbucks joke, and she flaunted it like it was revolutionary. People online didn't hold back. This isn't fashion, it's wealth having a meltdown. Ever since marrying Jeff Bezos, Lauren's been forcing herself into the spotlight. Red carpets, front rows, photo ops. And now, Fashion Week. Not because she belongs there, but because she can. And maybe that's the problem. Some think she's trying to become the next Kardashian, flashy, shameless, and attached to controversy. But the difference? Kim built an empire. Lauren just married into one. And if she keeps showing up like this, Paris might hand her a ban instead of a backstage pass. Rinna showed up to Paris Fashion Week dressed like a walking meme, wrapped in a giant blue bag and topped with a chaotic hairstyle. People said she looked like a sleeping bag from a clearance bin. It wasn't couture, it was a cry for help. She's clearly trying to pivot from Real Housewives to fashion icon, but no one's buying it. Her appearance felt less like a fashion statement and more like a desperate audition to be relevant again. Rinna's peak might have been reality TV, but here she was out of her league. Loud, out of place, and begging to be noticed. Paris didn't look impressed. And honestly, neither was anyone else. Paris Fashion Week hit rock bottom when a designer sent models down the runway wearing absurd fake breasts, latex, plastic, and wildly exaggerated. Some men wore cartoonishly large chests, while female models were styled in molded male torsos. The crowd didn't cheer, they cringed. One comment nailed it. "Women's bodies aren't costumes." Another said, "This isn't fashion, it's a cry for attention." And honestly, that's exactly what it felt like. A desperate attempt to go viral under the illusion of pushing boundaries, but no message, no artistry, just plastic shock value. Once the gold standard of couture, Paris is now a playground for brands chasing clicks over creativity. This wasn't edgy, it was empty. And when fake boobs become the highlight of your show, you're not reinventing fashion. You're admitting you've got nothing left to say. Cinco showed up to Paris Fashion Week to live stream fashion and ended up streaming a fistfight. It started when a fan approached him for a selfie. Cinco declined politely, but the guy wouldn't let it go. He kept pushing, literally. Within seconds, the situation escalated into a full-on physical altercation, all caught live on camera. Security barely reacted, and Cinco was left shouting while being restrained, as the aggressor stood untouched. The clip blew up online, not because it was surprising, but because it wasn't. Fashion Week is no longer about clothes. It's a content farm, and the line between celebrity and chaos is completely gone. Cinco didn't walk away with a brand deal or a style moment. He walked away as the latest example of how messy, unsafe, and fame-thirsty these events have become. Paris isn't exclusive anymore. It's just unpredictable and increasingly dangerous. Paris Fashion Week used to be about vision. Now it's about viral moments and manufactured scandals. Kim Kardashian walked like her batteries died. Sweeney stole the spotlight without saying a word. Lauren Sanchez turned a coffee cup into a $6,000 joke. Rinna begged for relevance in a sleeping bag. Cardi B brought a crow. And somewhere in all that, a live streamer got jumped. Designers traded creativity for shock value, plastic breasts, latex torsos, stunts that looked more like clickbait than couture. The message? Forget fashion, just get attention. This year wasn't about style, it was about survival. A-listers scrambling to prove they still matter, influencers hijacking spaces meant for art, and luxury labels cashing in on chaos. In the end, no one walked away untouched, because Paris didn't elevate anyone, it exposed them. And if this is the future of fashion, it's not iconic, it's exhausting.